Ayan, so I think all good na, no? Okay, so good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, no, for spending your Wednesday evening with us. So again, welcome to the Invested Learning Journey by First Metro Sec. So this is where we guide you step by step from the basics all the way to confident investing. So again, this session is actually our third webinar na, no, for the month of March. And we've been focusing actually on a very exciting and relevant topic, which is yung ating passive income. So before we start, quick intro lang about myself. So I'm Joanna Blanca Ramos, the Investor Education Associate of First Metro Sec, and I am very glad not to be your host this evening. And of course, joining me today is Miss Hazel Sabile from our digital channels and marketing team. No, she will be providing with us technical support all throughout our session. And of course, we also have a special guest speaker whom I will be introducing a little later. But before we dive in, I just want to make sure no, that we are all connected. So to our 168 attendees, can you please type yes sa ating chat box if you can both see my presentation and at the same time hear me clearly, no? Ayan, so I'm seeing responses already. Yes, thank you so much for your participation. So meron tayo mga regular attendees dito. So good evening and again, thank you for your continuous support. So again, to everyone joining us this evening, no, lalo na sa mga regular attendees natin, again, just like what I said, thank you for continuously showing up sa mga webinars namin. And doon naman sa mga first-time attendees, so welcome. We are very happy to have you with us this evening. Now, quick intro lang about First Metro Sec. So we are the licensed stock brokerage arm of the Metro Bank Group, and we are here for one simple reason. That is to help you grow your money and at the same time reach your financial goals. Because at the end of the day, yung investing actually is not just about numbers. It's also about creating more choices, more freedom, and of course, a better future, no, for yourself and for your families. And if ever during our discussion there is something, a topic, no, that resonates with you tonight, feel free lang to take a screenshot, share it sa inyong social media pages, and use the hashtag FMS Invested. Para at least we can share naman and spread financial literacy, no, sa mga Filipinos. So, before we dive in, another quick disclaimer that this webinar is for educational purposes only. Any information shared today should be considered alongside your own investment goals and risk profiles. So with that, let's get into why we are all here tonight. Bakit kayo nag-attend ng webinars namin, no? So let me just start with a quick question that you can actually ask yourself, no, and answer yourself kahit sa minds na lang. What if your money could actually work for you kahit na natutulog kayo, nagta-travel, or kahit busy pa kayo sa work? Because that question is actually yun yung reality na hindi natin napapansin. It is the reality that most of us are also used to, that is, we work for money. But in this evening, we will kind of tweak that mindset. We will have a flip or another question. We can frame it na what if may iba pa palang way for us to earn money? So what if yung money natin could actually continue earning kahit na super busy pa tayo sa work? So that's exactly our topic tonight. Again, it's Passive Income 101, how your money works for you. Because yung passive income, it's not just about getting rich overnight. It's about building consistent income, financial security, and at the same time, more freedom over time. So again, kahit bago ka pa lang sa investing or matagal ka na nag-i-invest, no, this session will actually help you. And of course, to guide us, no, all through all of this, no, we have someone who will simplify passive income and help us make smarter investment decisions. So to everyone, help me welcome no, sa ating virtual floor our guest speaker, Miss Angel Malyare. So Miss Angel recently joined Atram as the Strategic Partnership Lead under the Channel Management Team. She brings over a decade of experience from Sun Life Philippines, where she spent 10 years in various leadership roles, most recently serving as head of sales and accounts management at Sun Life Investment Management and Trust Corporation. She has extensive experience in strategic partnership, business development, and investment advisory, supported by multiple industry licenses, including Certified Investment Solicitor from the Securities and Exchange Commission or SEC and UITF Certified Salesperson from the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas or BSP. Ms. Angel holds a degree in Business Administration, major in Financial Management from the University of Santo Tomas. So, Ms. Angel, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you so much for that wonderful introduction, Joanne. And I just want to say hello, no? Hello to our 183 attendees. We were quite surprised and we are so thankful to have you here this afternoon. I know it's past 6 o'clock. Probably some of you are on your way home, but thank you for listening in, dialing in, and spending your early evening with us, no? And I hope this session will be able to help you understand your investment, understand what passive investing is, and how First Metro and Ataram can help you in that journey. No? So, okay, let me just pull in my slides before I start. Okay. Okay, so there you go. Um, there, I think you're seeing my slides now. See, Joanne actually posted a very good question earlier. No, it opens our mind to um, what passive income can actually us, no. And to supplement that, no, I also want to know our audience this evening. Please feel free to send your reactions and based on this question, no. So please send your reactions on what do you do for a living. Do you have click on the thumbs up if you have a regular job, a heart if you manage your own business, or the confetti, no, or a celebration icon if you are living on interest, which is 'di ba goals yan ng every Filipino, goals natin yan lahat na magkaroon na ano na we live on interest na lang, 'di ba? So actually I'm seeing mix and wow, madami sa atin ang living on interest, 'di ba? Parang sana all na living on interest. But there are a lot of you sending in thumbs up and heart reactions as well. Okay, so next, this is kind of similar to what Joanne asked kanina, no? So if your main source of income stopped today, how long could your savings sustain your expenses? No. So again, thumbs up if your savings can sustain your expenses for less than a year, meaning to say you will have to immediately look for a new job kasi yung savings natin will not be enough, no, to cover for our expenses. Give me a heart if you think 1 to 3 years you'll be okay. You have enough savings for the rainy days, and but eventually mauubos din, no? And you will actually also need to look for a job. And the party reaction, if talaga namang kayang-kaya na natin to live without really finding a job. No. So again, I am seeing mixed reactions, but majority are sending thumbs up and heart. No. And actually, I kind of expected that reaction from our audience, no. And just to give you some, statistical data, according to the Philippine Statistic Authority or PSA, the average or the Philippines have an average employment rate for 2025 of about 95%, no. So ibig sabihin po niyan, for every 100 Filipinos, 95 po sa atin ang may regular na trabaho at meron din na regular na income, no? And that actually reflects a generally strong labor market, no? So just imagine, di ba, 95% of us, we are working, we have regular job, we have a regular source of income, no? However, what is important to realize as well is that employment rate alone is not a guaranteed indicator of the welfare of our workers. No? Anong ibig sabihin po nun? Yes, many Filipinos may have jobs. Marami po sa atin ang nagtatrabaho. But many of our Filipino men may also have low quality jobs, no? Meaning to say, they have jobs, but they are actually not earning enough income to save for their future needs. Kumbaga, yung iba sa atin is we live paycheck to paycheck, no? Nauubos natin yung sweldo, minsan kulang pa, no? Na pangtustos sa mga needs natin on a monthly basis. And that is why many Filipinos and many people believe that having a regular job is not always enough. No, regardless of our status in the society, many of us believe that for us to get that true financial freedom, we need to supplement our primary source of income. No, and that is true, no? Kasi kung titignan po natin in our society, even the people that we know who are already rich, they are also looking into other source of passive income still to supplement their income source. And one way, no, to supplement this income is again by investing into different assets or different ventures that will give you a passive income. So with that, no, let's define first, no, what is passive income? So I know that this is very basic. A lot of you may already know what passive income means, but for for our discussion today and to lay the ground, no, let us define what is passive income. So according to Investopedia, passive income is money earned from sources other than a traditional job requiring little time or effort. No? So in other words po, it is an income that continues to flow or you continuously gain even that you are not actively working for it. So dito na pumapasok yung sinabi kanina ni Joanne na money working for you, no? Pwedeng kahit natutulog ka or nasa bahay ka lang, you are still earning something, no? And you're gaining something from something that you have invested on or invested in. And the goal of passive income is really not to replace your hard work, no? Not at least not for now, especially for those who are in their productive years. The goal of building your passive income is really not to tell you na okay, wag ka na magtrabaho or um it will just replace your hard work. No? But again, the goal of passive income is to create an additional layer of financial stability and long-term security. It's really about letting your money work for you so your future is not solely dependent on your active daily effort. No? So, uh, now we are we are faced with the question na bakit nga ba again we're saying na madami namang Filipinos ang may regular job, we earn a regular income, but why do Filipinos seek passive income? So I have here 3 points, but there may be more reasons no why we are seeking passive income, but I think the primary reason why each and every one of us really looking out for something that could give us passive income is again to supplement our salary. And that is because many Filipinos really rely on a single income source, no? Syempre, we have to be realistic, no? Here in the Philippines, if you have a 9 to 5 job, medyo challenging na talaga magkaroon ng iba pang trabaho to augment your income. And so that's the primary reason, no? Um, since many Filipinos rely on a single income source, there is a risk that if that income source stops, even temporarily, financial stress quickly follows, no? Kasi mawawalan ka ng income. So, kung maputol yon, but your needs and your expenses will continue, that will give you financial stress, no? And so, passive income provides a buffer and helping ensure that our bills, our essentials, and our needs continue to be met. And the next is to help us prepare for a life milestone. No, again with the rising cost of living, uh, talking about that, kanina lang po ang gas natin ay pumapalo na ng 110. So we cannot deny the fact that there's really a rising cost of living in our country, not just in gas, but in goods in general, services in general, and also no with the inflation and economic uncertainties that we have, passive income also acts as a second layer of protection, and it helps us to make future goals more achievable. And then lastly is to build long-term financial stability. No, that is because consistent passive income, either from investments or funds or rentals, can help Filipinos like you and me to grow our wealth steadily without the need to drastically change our lifestyle. It actually supports no our long term wealth building in a more practical and sustainable way. And so, with that in mind, that Filipinos are looking for other sources of income, we are actually very in a very fortunate time that there are many ways to build this passive income. No, so there are already different investment vehicles that that are accessible to every Filipinos that could also help us create or build this passive income. So one of the most popular here would be rental property. And I would say that this is the most popular ones, especially to our parents, no? Kasi yung mga parents natin, ganyan, parang their mentality is really, when they retire, they should be having a property rental that can address their needs once they retire. No, so basically it works by having a property, whether it's an apartment or a condominium or even a parking lot. No, you own a property, you rent it out, and you earn through that rentals. We also have the MP2 by Pag-ibig and My Pension Booster by SSS, which also help Filipinos build their savings and earn consistently from it. No, and third, we also have income-paying bonds and dividend-paying stocks, which are available in the First Metro Securities platform. But for this afternoon, we will discuss deeper another source of passive income, and that is income paying funds. No? So, what are income paying funds? Income paying funds are um, funds that are pulled no, from different investors, designed to prioritize generating generating regular income over long-term capital growth. No? So just like any other mutual funds and UITFs that you've learned in the past, um, income paying funds works by pooling money from different investors and investing that money into a portfolio or a mix of dividend paying stocks, bonds, and other income producing assets, no. And again, the primary goal of income paying funds is to pay out dividends on a regular basis, no. So this now pose the question, meron po bang mga capital growth pa din, no, for income paying funds? And the answer to that is yes, no, there can be capital growth pa din because the assets that these funds invest in is still priced on a daily basis. So meron pa din po yung presyo na gumagalaw day in, day out, no? But again, the very important thing to remember when it comes to income paying funds is that its primary objective is to pay out regular stream of income to its investors. So we at Ateram, we actually have about 6 income-paying funds that are available in the First Metro Securities platform or in FundSmart. So we have the Dollar Short-Term Income Feeder Fund. We have the Asia Multi-Asset Income Feeder Fund. We have Global Bond Income Feeder Fund. We have Global Multi-Asset Income Feeder Fund. We have Peso Diversified Income Fund. And lastly, we have US Multi-Asset Income Feeder Fund. So as you can see here, our funds actually cover different levels of risk, no? And that is to allow our investors to choose funds that match their goal, their time horizon, and also and most especially their risk tolerance, no. But for this afternoon, we will be focusing on three funds that we are offering through the Fund Smart platform, no. So first is the Atram Dollar Short-Term Income Feeder Fund. So this fund seeks to provide current income while seeking to maintain a low level of volatility of principal by investing in global debt securities. No. As the name implies, it is a feeder fund. So meaning to say, it is mostly invested into one target fund. No. And for this case, the target fund is the HSBC Ultra Short Duration Bond Fund. So amongst the three funds that I will be discussing this afternoon, this is actually the most conservative fund, no, with its classification as fixed income fund. The target dividend yield of this fund is 4 to 5%, and the payout frequency is monthly. So meaning to say po, when you invest into this fund, you may expect 4 to 5% annualized dividend yield paid out month in, month out. And this fund is actually offered in US dollars. No? So if you look at the asset allocation of this fund, on the left side, you will see that 70 to 100% of this fund is invested into a very conservative product, no, an investment grade credit, or which is also a fixed income product. And on the right side, you will see here portfolio duration of a range of 0.3 to zero point 0.5 years. So that actually tells you that this fund is very conservative, no? And that is evident when we look at the price graph of this fund. So if you look at the table on the left side, the blue line represents the price movement of the Atram Dollar Short-Term Income Feeder Fund. And as you can see here, the price of this fund has been very stable and volatility is kind of low, no? And looking at the returns of the fund, the return of the fund for this year, no, as of February 27, is 0.57%. So when you look at the fund return, this actually represents the price return of the fund. Hindi po kasama dito yung mga dividends na na-pay out na no fund. It's just the capital appreciation of this fund. So again, on a year-to-date basis, this fund has been doing 0.57%. The next fund that I will be featuring is the Atram Global Multi-Asset Income Feeder Fund. So this fund seeks income and long-term capital growth by investing in global debt securities and equities. It is also as a feeder fund, and the target fund of this Atram fund is the JP Morgan Global Income Fund. So, as this fund invests into both debt securities and equities, the classification of this fund is multi-asset, no? And this is actually being offered both in Philippine peso and US dollars. And the target dividend yield for this fund is 4% to 6%, and that is paid out every month as well. No? So if you're going to look naman on the target allocation or the asset allocation of this fund, you will, as I've mentioned, this fund is invested both in fixed income and equities. So you will see here that 40% of the portfolio is invested into global high yield fixed income. 35% is global dividend paying equities, and the last 25% is invested naman into the global investment grade fixed income. And looking deeper into the top 10 holdings of this fund, you would see on the top that is the JP Morgan Nasdaq Equity Premium Income Active. So that is actually a that is actually an active equity fund that is invested into the Nasdaq stock market. No, so that is why it is classified as equity. But there is also one there that is fixed income because, again, as we've mentioned, this is a multi-asset fund. And because it is a multi-asset fund, you will see here the price chart of the fund. Kung i-compare natin siya kanina doon sa dollar short income feeder, mas may volatility tayo dito. But of course, looking at the returns naman, it will also it can potentially provide you a higher cumulative performance as well, no? On a year-to-date basis, it's doing 1.38%. But if you look on a longer time horizon, 1 year, this fund is doing 11.21%. On a 3-year basis, it's doing 32.82%. And on a 5-year basis, it's doing closely to 45%. No? And again, the returns that you are seeing here are just the price returns. No? Hindi pa po dyan kasama yung mga dividends na you have gained, no, from this fund. So this chart is just showing you the distribution yield of the fund from 2019 to 2025. So as you could see here, yung blue line po natin, you could see here that it has consistently paid out dividends and it has been consistently within the target range, no, of 4 to 6%. Minsan meron nga dito may 7% pa. So this is for the peso share class. And for the dollar share class, it's the same. It has been very consistent and well within its target dividend range, dividend yield range. No? So last fund that I will be discussing this afternoon is the Atram US Multi-Asset Income Feeder Fund. So for the information of everyone, we're actually in the process of changing the target fund of this fund from Allianz to Franklin Income Fund. No, this fund seeks to maximize income while maintaining prospects for long-term capital growth by investing in assets from the US or from the North America, no? So difference po niyan is yung global kanina is invested across different regions, but this one for the US multi-asset, it is mainly focused on the US, no? This starting March 30, this will be paying out dividends on a monthly basis with a target dividend yield of 7% to 9%. And looking at the asset allocation of this fund, 50% of the portfolio is invested into US equities, 25% is invested in US high yield, and the last 25% is invested into the US investment grade fixed income. And the top ten issuers, of course, you have their U.S. Treasury, which is a very conservative or a fixed income no issued by the U.S. government, and and some equities no like Chevron, Community Health System, Exxon Mobil, and all the rest. So similar to the global multi-asset, the price of this fund can also be fluctuating because it has exposure to equities. No, cumulative return of this fund for the year is negative 1.27%, but on a 1 year basis, it's doing 9.31%. 3 years, it's doing 41%, and for 5 years, it's doing 43%. And similar graph, no, that we had in the previous slide. This slide shows that this fund has consistently paid out dividends, and which are also within the target distribution or dividend yield. So those are the three funds that I would want to focus on this afternoon. Sharing you the last yield that these funds have paid out. So for the Atram Global Multi-Asset Income Feeder Fund, the last dividend declaration was at 5.73% for the US dollar. And for the peso share class, that's 5.72%. And this was paid out last month, February. So naghihintay lang din po kami kung ano yung magiging dividend yield for this month of March, no? For the US multi-asset feeder, ito po yung fund na na-mention ko kanina na we are in the process of changing the target fund. But the last dividend yield that it paid out is close to 4% last December, no? And for the most conservative fund naman po that we have highlighted this afternoon, that's the Atlam Dollar Short-Term Income Feeder Fund. And the last dividend yield was at close to 4% as well last month. So again, these funds are available in First Metro Securities platform if you want to also explore these funds. So knowing the funds and knowing that we have an option to build our passive income through income paying funds, it is also good to know and good to consider what are the key metrics or what are the points that we have to check, we have to consider in choosing the income paying fund that is suitable for you, no? So first, we have to consider the risk level, no? So kung kanina po na mention ko and napakita ko na our income paying funds actually fall into different risk classification and risk level, it is equally important, no, to check if these funds align with your risk tolerance, no. So the next key metric that we can also consider is the yield or distribution rate, no. It is important that we measure how much income the fund pays out relative to your investment, no. Because you also have to remember and you have to know that higher yield doesn't always mean it's better, no. Hindi po porket it's paying out 11%, better na siya into versus a fund that is paying out 4%. You have to check the sustainability and, more importantly, the risk level it assumes to pay out that high dividend yield. Third is your consistency of payout. Look at the fund's historical income distribution. Check, are the payouts stable? Are the payouts increasing? Or are the payouts irregular? No, that is very important, especially if you are assigning your income from this investment to address your certain needs. No, so let's say for example, nag-invest ka into an income paying fund, and that income that you generate from that will pay for your electric bill, for example. So it's very important as well that you check the consistency para hindi ka na mag-worry, no, na wala kang mapambabayad or meron time na income to your expense, no. And because at the end of the day, consistent payouts really indicate a more reliable income stream. And last, but one of the more important metric as well to consider is the total return. No? So what is total return? So total return actually means, or you will know what your total return is by adding your dividends, the dividends that you receive, and the price appreciation of your investment. So that's your total return po, no? It's very important na we know that passive income and the consistent payout is important, but capital preservation also matters a lot, no? Um, a fund that pays high income but loses its value actually defeats the purpose, no? So you have to check that as well when you consider which funds to invest in. So that is actually my last slide. Turning it back to Joanne, and I think later on we have our Q&A. No? So thank you. I hope I was able to give some insights, no, to our audience, and I'll be back later for Q&A. Thank you.
All right. So thank you so much, no, Miss Angel, for that very informative and at the same time concise discussion. So to our attendees, we are actually 200 and I think 216 in the room. So I hope you were able, no, to understand how passive income works and at the same time explore yung mga different income generating investment options that Miss Angel shared. And lastly, learn also how to choose yung goals na best fits your siguro preference. So, we hope no to keep the energy you shared kanina during the question and answer din ni Miss Angel until the end of the session, and I hope no you get to wait pa for the Q&A because we actually receive a lot of question during the advance no or registration part ng ating webinar. So again, to make things more actionable, I've actually prepared a simple website walkthrough for everyone. So you can do a side-by-side website navigation for me. So if meron kayong access sa inyong laptop, so you can just follow the steps no I will be sharing in the next slides. So before that, let's give muna Miss Angel a short breather and we'll call her back sa ating Q&A session later. So again, everyone, I hope my screen is visible. Again, I'll be doing a live walkthrough of the platform, or sorry, screenshots na lang no, of how to access the Atram funds. So first is login lang sa inyong First Metrosec account. So you can either use First Metrosec My or Pro kung saan kayo convenient. And then once you are in, all you have to do is go to the funds section and access FundSmart. And also we will feature no yung mga funds that Miss Angel shared kanina. So, again to everyone, ano nga ba yung FundSmart? Actually, FundSmart is your one-stop shop for investment funds because you get to access over 130 funds and of course, yung mga funds from Atram. So, let's start with the navigation. Again, once you are logged in, no, just head over sa upper right part ng inyong screen and click funds. So it is basically under sa stocks. So if you click funds, you will be redirected sa ating home tab sa FundSmart. But let us explore and highlight yung ating FundSmart. So before we do that, let us first filter for us to check yung mga Atram funds. No? First is click yung ating providers. It is located dun sa last filter and choose Atram Trust Corporation. And from there, you get to check na the, I think, 33 funds available sa Atram. So if ever naman sa ating FundSmart platform, you get also to compare no, kung anong gusto ninyong i-check sa fund. So the first one, we have here the description. So sa ating description, you can just see no, kung ano yung fund strategy, yung kanyang currency, the fund size, and at the same time, yung inception date. Next naman is the performance. Ito yung second tab, no, if you just follow yung ating mouse. No. Sa performance, you get to see or compare yung performance ng fund in year-to-date, also yung 1 year, 3 years, and 5 years. And also, you get to review yung ating fee structure. Sa fee structure, more of magkano yung minimum investment, yung redemption amount, and at the same time, yung redemption settlement. So if ever, no, you can actually check those two on your end na din. Because in this evening, I will be highlighting the funds featured or shared by Miss Angel. So again, tatlo yan siya. Sharing to you, no, if you want to check the fund profile, head over sa research tab. So yun yung nasa last part, no, or last tab nung ating mga tabs. So from here, you have the fund code or the ticker ng ating Atram funds. So you have the Atram US Multi-Asset Income Feeder Fund. So it is ATRUMIP. Actually, again, if you have a laptop beside you, so you can actually check no, this fund. So from here, you can also see yung ticker ng Atram Dollar Short-Term Income Feeder Fund and the Atram Global Multi-Asset Income Feeder Fund. So again, those were the three funds that Miss Angel highlighted. So let us explore more kung ano yung nasa research tab. So we have here actually first is yung ating fund profile ni Atram US Multi-Asset Income Feeder Fund. So from here, you will see first overview. Again, the provider is Atram Trust Corporation. And then you have the asset type, yung balance. You will also see the benchmark and the investment objective. No? If you hover your mouse both dito sa benchmark and investment objective, you will be able to see yung complete description. And then you also have here the currency. So again, you can subscribe to either or both US or the dollar denominated and the peso denominated funds. Also, you have the inception date. Next naman is yung ating fee information. So sa fee information, you will see yung minimum investment, the additional investment, and the minimum redemption amount. Now, majority of the funds naman of Atram, yung kanilang minimum investment is 1,000 pesos. And then additional is 1,000. Meron din namang 500. So the holding period, again, I think or I believe majority of the funds ni Atram, 0 yung holding period. And then the management fee, again, yung management fee natin imputed na siya dun sa fund. So if ever you want to invest 1,000, 1,000 din buo yung masubscribe ninyo sa fund. Next is the early redemption fee. So basically, yung early redemption fee, applicable lang siya to those funds na merong holding period if you redeem it earlier, no, dun sa holding period nila. Next naman is you have the performance. So you have a quick glance ng net asset value, and then you can compare the daily and the year to date, and also yung price difference ng fund in the last 1 year, 3 years, or 5 years. So if you move pa to the lower part, no, of the dashboard, you will see the NAV chart. So again, if you are more into chart type of investor, gusto mo yung quick glance lang ng performance ng fund, either year to date ba, 1 year, 3 years, or 5 years, so head over to the NAV chart. You can also see the top holdings and the fund allocation. So again, if meron kayong fina-follow ng mga US stocks, so you can check it sa top holdings. So, if ever you are interested to this fund, actually, yung subscription or on how to subscribe sa fund no, is easily accessible lang through this dashboard. All you have to do is to click the subscribe, yung pinupoint ng ating hand pointer. No? So, if you click this one, you will be redirected sa ating invest tab. So, easy lang siya actually. All you have to do is to input the amount that you want to subscribe in and click subscribe. So basically, yung subscribe, you just have to confirm by entering your First Metrosec password. And then after that, if complete na yung transaction, you can just head over sa view instructions and view history to review either yung current ninyo na instructions or the past transactions. So again, everyone, FundSmart, it is your one-stop shop for investment funds. This is where you can invest in Atram's top peso and dollar denominated mutual funds and UITF. Also, you can rely on Atram's expert fund management. You can invest for as low as 1,000 pesos. You can also have instant diversification, no? And at the same time, liquid siya. So meaning you can buy or redeem funds anytime. Also, you can invest without the sales load and transaction fees. So I hope everyone know that quick platform walkthrough where I showed you how to access the Atram funds, help you better maximize the platform, and of course, yung ating mga passive income paying funds. So before we proceed sa ating Q&A, let me quickly share lang a few information about First Metrosec. So again, First Metrosec, we've made investing simple. So in just one account lang, it gives you access to stocks, funds, bonds, and REITs all in one platform. So there's no switching, wala din siyang hassle. It's a smarter and more efficient way for you to grow your money. And of course, to those na wala pang account with First Metrosec and would like to start investing in Atram funds, good news actually, getting started is fast and convenient. So all you have to do is to download the First Metrosec Go app and register directly from there. Ang kailangan nyo lang is one valid ID, proof of billing address, settlement bank account, and a sheet with 3 specimen signatures. Meron siyang 1,000 pesos na initial deposit, which is actually fully investable naman once your account is already activated. So I think this is a easy way no, to open an account. You can do this anytime after the session at your own pace. And also a quick reminder lang that during the registration, may portion kasi doon that how did you learn about us? So do not forget to enter the event code March 18. So that is the date today. Para for us to know na din that you found value sa ating discussion this evening. And also, before we move on, quick note lang, First Metrosec is a regulated institution under the SEC, PSE, and PSP. So you can be confident know that everything we discussed tonight operates within a secure and trusted framework. So our goal also is for you to feel informed, protected, and supported. So if ever you need assistance, feel free to email us at customerservice@firstmetrosec.com.ph. You can just call our hotline or visit our 24/7 help center. That is help.firstmetrosec.com.ph. And also, we'd love to stay connected with you. So if ever interested kayo sa free financial literacy session, feel free to scan lang the QR code. And also, to stay updated, mga webinars and mga market insights namin, no, follow our social media pages kasi we constantly post naman mga updates sa aming mga SOCMED pages. And again, we'd love to see you sa aming another upcoming session happening next week. So to register, you can visit our social media pages or go directly to bit.ly/InvestEd March 2026. So meron na lang tayong isang session for this month. So para at least ma-complete niyo yung attendance for this month. And of course, on your screen naman, you will see our feedback form. So again, kindly scan the QR code to share your feedback. It will only take a minute. And of course, we'd really appreciate that you share your thoughts, suggestions, and even siguro mga sentiments on this webinar. And also, Ms. Hazel naman will drop the link sa ating chat box for your convenience na din. All right? So again, everyone, let's now, or nasa part na tayo ng ating Q&A. And during the registration, we actually received your advanced questions. So we will be answering those first. And also, if you notice, to those people who are sending the questions sa ating Q&A panel, we have our panelists, Sir JP and Ma'am Selay, who are actually answering the questions. So if ever naman hindi namin masagot yung mga questions ninyo, feel free to email us at marketeducation@firstmetrosec.com.ph or send lang ng message sa aming Facebook community page. So again, let me call back Ms. Angel for our Q&A. So we received actually a lot of questions. So thank you so much for sending, everyone. Ayan.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, ayan. So I think for our first question po, Miss Angel, what's a good rule of thumb when choosing investments for passive income?
Okay, rule of thumb when choosing investments for passive income. I think that actually summarizes, or that was actually discussed in my last slide, no? Yung key metrics or ano ba yung the things that we have to watch out for, the things that we have to check, no, when choosing a passive income investment, and that those are your risk level. Kasi again, different income paying funds have different risk level. So make sure that the risk of that fund aligns with your risk. The yield, of course, you have to check kung satisfactory ba sa inyo yung rate and yung rate of that investment product, and yung consistency of payout, meaning to say it is true to its objective of giving out or paying out regular income. And last, but one of the most important things is really the total return. No? Kung check that if your dividend is actually, or yes, dividend is very important, but at the end of the day, the capital preservation or capital appreciation is also important. So I guess those are the very important uh, metrics or things that you have to check.
All right, thank you, Miss Angel. Now moving on to our second question. Actually, I'm going to answer this one. How can I have a USD account in First Metro Sec? I only have peso at the moment. So actually, you may open a USD account via the First Metro Sec Go app if you are applying like an individual account or through the website for joint and ITF account. Basically, same lang yung mga requirements except dun sa settlement bank, because if you open a USD, it will also require the submission of a dollar settlement bank account. So actually, it's easy lang naman. All you have to do is to check na lang the emails on the status of your application. All right, so I hope I answered that question. So for the third question, this is for Miss Angel. For income-paying funds, are the dividends being paid out capital or paid out of capital?
Paid out of capital. So I think we will circle back dun sa kaninang minention ko na isang key metric, which is look at your total return, no? Kasi the capital preservation or the capital appreciation is also important. But for the income-paying funds, dividends are not paid out of capital, no. So if will go back, um, the funds or these income paying funds are also invested into income generating assets, no. So meaning to say, yung mga assets or mga investment outlets na pinag-i-investan ng income paying funds are also generating income, regular income. So those income that the portfolio was able to generate, yun yung pinipay out ng fund to its investors. And actually, per regulation, no, for BSP regulation, UITFs, most particularly UITFs, are not allowed to pay dividends out of capital. It's always from the income generated by the portfolio.
Ayun. Thank you for the clarification po,
Yeah.
Miss Angel. So let me just, I think my problem is screen. Ayan, okay na pala. So this question I'm gonna answer. Can I invest in USD denominated fund even if I have only a peso account in First Metro Sec? So I think it was discussed naman din during the presentation of Miss Angel. But to answer, no, yes, you can still invest sa mga USD denominated funds kahit na peso lang yung account niyo with First Metro Sec. These are actually, may mga funds na available in peso shares or peso share class that invest in or track yung mga US dollar denominated assets or global equities. So this allows you to gain exposure sa mga internal markets without needing to convert your funds into USD. Lalo na pag wala pa kayong dollar settlement bank account. So I hope I answered that question. So moving on to our fifth question, what advice can you give to people who wants to start investing at 30s? So Miss Angel.
At 30s. Very interesting, and I'm happy to know that as early as now, no, you are already considering investing or building your investment portfolio. And probably an advice that I can give you is um, start as early as possible. Kung kaya mong tomorrow mag-start na, mag-start ka na mag-invest. And after that, I think another advice that I can give you is if you can, no, take more risk. Take more risk because you are so young. You can still stomach in or you can still um, assume risk in your portfolio. And kasi ano ka pa eh, no? Meron ka pang years, a long years of productive years na, if ever man that the investment didn't play out well, you have a lot of years ahead of you para ma-regain mo whatever you lost or whatnot, no? So you are still actually capable of taking more risk. And by having that long runway of years ahead of you, you also have opportunities of gaining more, no? And lastly, and this is, I think, um, applicable to any age bracket, is just to diversify, no? Take more risk by having equity exposure, um, have also fixed income products in your portfolio for caution or for stability, and also consider income paying fund because as early as now, since nasa 30s ka pa lang, you can slowly start building your income paying or passive income portfolio. So that's it.
Yes. Ayun, thank you po Miss Angel for that advice, no? Okay, moving on. Actually, tatlo na lang ata yung natitira. So, how can I monitor my cash fund to ensure that dividends are all credited in FMS account? So, this one is for me, no? There are actually three ways to monitor yung mga dividends na pumapasok sa account. First is, you have access no naman sa email. If ever you are eligible to receive the dividends, you will receive an email notice from us. So you will see there the number of shares na eligible kayo, how much yung net ninyo, no, and the other details. Another is sa platform, meron tayong ledger part. It is under trade, view history, and ledger. So from there, you will see the last 45 days maximum ins and out transactions ng inyong account. And lastly, to check yung mga pumapasok na dividend sa account, you can actually check or access your statement of account under the reports tab sa ating platform. So again, I hope you were able to remember kung paano siya i-access. If ever naman you want to double check, feel free to email customer service naman. All right, on to our 7th question. Ito po, what are the best investment for retiring individuals?
Oh, okay. Sige, I can take that, Joanne. I think meron ding similar question in our Q&A pod regarding or asking what's the best investment for retiring individuals, no? So, uh, what I can advise, no, for our audience who are nearing retirement is to consider having a conservative portfolio, no? I will not say a particular investment product, but I will tell that it is more advisable that you will have a conservative portfolio. So what does that mean, no? Minsan kasi iniisip natin na kapag nearing retirement na tayo or retired na tayo, we can no longer invest into equities or hindi na tayo advisable to invest into a riskier asset. But actually, the truth is we still can. No, we still can as long as our total portfolio remains conservative. So how do we do that? Pwede tayo mag-invest into equities pero on a smaller allocation and then make our portfolio more conservative by investing into conservative assets or conservative investments like money market fund, fixed income fund, and most especially kung retiring tayo, again, no, kailangan din natin yung supplement of income kahit retired na. No? So, also consider having income paying funds in your portfolio. So, that's it.
All right. Thank you, Miss Angel. And okay pa po ba to answer? You still have 2 questions?
Yes, sure.
All right. So for the 8th question, can the Atram income paying fund still grow my capital while paying income?
Okay, sige. So this one, the short answer to this question is yes. No, you can still grow your capital by investing into income-paying funds of Atram. Kasi kanina, as I explained it nga, no, the portfolio or the underlying asset of our income-paying funds are actually invested into different income-generating assets. So yung mga assets na yun, they generate income and that income is paid to the investors. But at the same time, those assets that our funds are invested in, meron din silang price, no, every day. So yung iba traded din in different stock exchange markets. So merong may movement pa din in the prices, no? And that is very evident dun sa mga slides na pinakita ko kanina, wherein on a year-to-date basis, on a 3-year basis, and 5-year basis, the fund still earned capital appreciation on top of the dividends that you are actually getting on a regular basis. So there, the short answer to this question is yes.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Angel. And last advanced question. In times of crisis and war, what are the best investment options?
Oh, okay. So this question is very timely, no? Since we are seeing crisis and political tensions, no, in the Middle East and in the US. So for this question, actually, in times of crisis and war, yung markets naman talaga tend to behave differently, no? It's normal that we see volatility in the market. It's also normal that we see investors moving into defensive side or defensive investment outlets, no. So I think the better options in times like this would be your conservative and defensive investment outlets such as your cash, like time deposit and money market fund, and also some short-term government bonds, no. So those conservative products, mainly to build up your cash portfolio. But we also have to remember that there is also risk in holding too much cash, no. Kasi when you are heavily invested in cash, it earns so little that it cannot cover the inflation, or it cannot provide you that kicker that you would need for your portfolio. So it is also advisable to consider other investment products, no, that will provide you that kicker. And it and income paying funds also plays a role to your portfolio in times like this, kasi kahit anong mangyari sa portfolio mo, it is good that you are still getting a regular stream of income from this income-paying funds. So, there.
Ayan, thank you so much po for that answer. I know maraming maniniwala dun. So again, everyone, thank you for your advanced questions, and of course to Miss Angel, no, for gamely answering those. So sharing again our feedback form, and while you are filling it out and before we officially close, tawagin ko ulit si Miss Angel for at least she can share, no, final thoughts and words of advice as you take the next step in your financial journey. So again, Miss Angel, the floor is yours po.
Okay. Again, thank you so much to all our attendees. We just ended the session just in time for dinner. We don't want to keep you for so long, no? But thank you for spending your evening with us. As my final word for our audience, siguro remember that again, passive income is really not to replace your hard work, no. We're not saying here uh, na just invest everything into an income paying or passive income asset, no. It's not that, but it is actually to supplement your income source. And sana we also have to remember that, you know, building your passive income portfolio is not an overnight thing, no. Hindi yan mabilisan. So as early as now, well, as young as you are, take that step today, no, to build your passive income portfolio to bring you closer to the financial freedom that we are working on today. So that's it for me. Thank you so much, Joanne.
Right. Thank you po, Miss Angel. So with that, to everyone, no, thank you so much for staying until the part of the session, no, or until the last part ng ating session. Thank you for joining. And of course, we hope to see you next week. Again, this is Invested with First Metro Sec. Learn today, invest with confidence tomorrow. So everyone, thank you so much. Have a great evening. Hope you enjoyed, no, the session. Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Thank you, Miss Angel.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Miss Hazel.